set yourself on fire, but you'll never burn. You can set yourself on fire, but you'll never learn. What does that even mean? Are you kidding me? Jello there, H+III+T, to boot that dang on time. Welcome to another edition of Lap or Trap. Lap is good, trap is bad. I have tried my hardest to give this guy, because there's only one person in the band, since everyone else left apparently, but I have tried my best to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, but gosh dang it, there was a point where I was just disgusted listening to this dang on album. Panic at the Disco, Death of a Bachelor. I mean, there are moments on this project where I'm saying, is it because of a lack of creativity, because he's just working with himself and he doesn't have anyone to bounce ideas off of like you would as a regular band? Or is it a situation of he's just a pretentious jerk? I don't understand what I was just listening to. Somebody at Best Buy told me that this was just like My Chemical Romance. Where exactly? What track was that exactly? The closest thing to actual punk rock I heard, other than the song structure and the occasional generic the closest thing I heard to My Chemical Romance was Golden Days, and that was still trash. I want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because it's only him. He was doing the drums, he was doing the bass, he was doing the synthesizers and the 808s. Yes, I said 808s. Yes, this is supposedly a rock band. Y'all, I don't know what the job I just listened to, y'all. And halfway through, I was trying to tell myself, okay, this is obviously not the pop-punk Blink-182 vibe I was told I was going to be listening to. Let me just give it a regular listen. But as time went on, it's just so unfocused. Track after track. I'm sitting here like, what do we even... This was what I was afraid Hesitant Alien by Gerard Way was going to sound like. When you take out the elements that make a band, and we're just left with a solo artist who's still trying to carry on the tradition of a band, goodness, who knows what's going to happen? We talked about this with the Slipknot review, with rest in peace Paul Gray not being in the band and Joey Jordison leaving. Those are two key songwriters in the band that left, which gave us a lackluster project. Now, it's nominated for a Grammy. That's because of Grammy nomination people are stupid. But then we talked about this with The Devil Wears Prada last summer when Chris left, and I think that's his name. He was one of the main songwriters. We got a mediocre project. Even when you take some small pieces out of a band, you can get a bottle of meh. There's no one left in this group but the vocalist. And I said to myself, and shout out to y'all for letting me know, I'm walking into a trap. And in case you didn't know, it's a dang on trap. But I know this was a trap going into it, but I said to myself, let me give it a dang on chance. With the exception of the title track, Death of a Salesman, this is some of the most forgettable, uncoordinated, unfocused, just random albums I've ever listened to. I didn't get the vibe. I mean, it's the same tone, I guess. The title track, did I say Death of a Salesman? Death of a Bachelor, the title track doesn't even match the rest of the album. And granted, it's the best song on there. It's a pretty good song. I took it off. Guys, that was one of the singles. That's like one of the first singles. So you've already given out the best and really only good song on the project. Why would you do that? The single's supposed to be the catchy one, and yes, it is a very catchy song, but don't give away the best, then just leave us with trash? From what I've seen on the internet, and I haven't seen anybody's reviews, I'm seeing a lot of people who feel the same way I do about this, that this is just a bunch of meh. Personally, I feel like the guy, whoever he is, should have just continued on with just his name, because if you're a real Panic at the Disco fan, I don't know what their other music sounds like, but don't tarnish the name of such a apparently popular group like Panic at the Disco with this. I don't know if I was listening to Justin Bieber. I don't know if I was listening to Chris Brown. I mean, for a second, there was a little My Chem in there. For a brief second, I mean, the guy can't even decide how he wants to sing. You want to be that guy from Fall Out Boy or freaking Frank Sinatra? Make up your mind, dude. It's just unfocused, and it's not even worth the title of meh. It's just a trap. probably not one of the worst, because I respect the creativity. It's just, it's obvious there's only one guy making this project. You know what I mean? Like, one of the benefits of having a band is you have a bunch of different opinions and a bunch of different ideas that you mix together to come up with a product. It just doesn't work when it comes down to just the vocalist. Now, if it started out and he was doing stuff on his own, then okay, there's a chance. But from what I've read, they started out with a full group and they've just dwindled down. And I don't know what this is, dwindle. They have dwindled down to just one person, and it sounds like it. It sounds like the vocalist's vision. It sounds like vocals and a guitar. Does that make any sense? The melodies, there's no contrast. It's just the same everything. Track after track after track. And it's going from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. But it's not like everything is moving along and it interlocks with each other. It's just the same thing, but in different places. It's very sporadic. I'm going to give it a trap. Let me know if you liked it. I didn't. I keep saying Death of a Salesman. Death of a Bachelor is a good track, but that's the only decent thing on here. Lyrics are a little bit pretentious to me, to where you're trying to be deeper than you actually are. Like the song called, like, is it Stupid Equals I don't know. Let me pick it up off the floor and see. What's the name of that song? It was garbage. What was it? Crazy Equals Genius. I mean, there's so many different places you can went with it. You could go with it, but instead you just went the Kendrick Lamar route and said, oh, look, I'm being introspective. But you weren't, because that doesn't make sense. But that's not here nor there. Like, comment, subscribe to H+III+T. I didn't like it. Let me know if you did.